Question 1094. Are we damaging society by no longer allowing ourselves to be bored on the lavatory?
What the fuck?
Are we damaging society by what?
The fuck, Dave?
Yeah, being on our phones on the toilet, basically.
Well, go on ahead, Manda.
I was gonna say I understand what you mean though, but we still have other moments in time that we sit and have nothing and are able to ponder things, like
Yes, but we
in
don't.
the shower,
We don't.
in the
know.
car. You're just taking away one part. What?
We don't know.
What do you mean you don't?
Of course it.
Go on.
No, go on. You finish your thought, Dave.
We don't know. In the car, we don't tend to think. We put music on and we listen to music. This being
But
bored.
You know now when you're listening to music and you think, am I the
I
only?
think a lot in the car.
Yeah. In the shower, I still have music on, but I.
Yeah, we know what you think about in the shower. That doesn't help. What doesn't help society progress.
Does the angle of this
Honestly,
look
I
well?
think about the
Lighting
papers
look
I'm
good
writing
before
when
I
I'm in the
think?
shower. Okay, you want to be honest. That's what I think about. I know.
I mean, am I the only one that really doesn't use his phone when taking a shit?
No,
Like,
there's lots of people
I mean-
that don't.
But before the
I mean,
internet and all
like-
that, before the
Go on.
internet and all that, I do remember, and the reason I remember is sodium lauryl sulfate. I think it is the bubbling. I'm convinced is the bubbling agent and all the stuff in the bathrooms. Because sitting on the toilet and have nothing to do, you used to read the back of shower gel and things
Yes.
like that. When you get to the conditioners, you realize there's no sodium lauryl, whatever it's called, sulfate in conditioner, and conditioner doesn't bubble. So I'm convinced that that's the bubbling agent in all bathroom products from experimentation on the bathroom, on the toilet.
All right.
Yeah, I just take in my crossword and fill out my crossword when I'm taking a shit.
Loyal says she's confused. Sassy says, I don't know how to use shampoo anymore. Anne says no. Aunt Jess says no. Sammy says, I'm watching this on the toilet right now. Never again says, I don't. I talk to the car cam and curse bad drivers when I drive. I use music to stop cursing. Loyal says, Critical Cripple, you always come to the lavatory with me. Sammy says, I have also showered and vomited during your streams.
Maybe
Why are we talking about things that we've done during Dave's stream? Because that's going to get me in trouble.
Maybe
Is it?
there's a stream idea for you. Critical questions on the toilet.
Do we all have to be on the
Look at me,
toilet?
critical craps.
Critical
Can
craps.
we name it that?
Hashtag
Well-
Critical Craps 2020.
Well,
Episode 1.
my understanding is back to ancient Rome. Going for a shit was kind of a social thing.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Aunt Jess says, I don't use my phone in the bathroom, that's gross. Never again says, I cannot relate to this question, I don't sit there long enough to. Right.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's why the back of a shower gel used to be just enough.
Right. Let's get back to the key point of this question. Are we damaging society by not letting ourselves get bored?
you're not
On the
damaging
toilet.
society. You're not damaging society. You're only damaging society if you forget to put the lid down afterwards.
The
Or
seat.
if you put saran wrap on the toilet like a sadistic fuck.
I've done the cling film trick before on someone. Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I have to. Nearly got me killed.
Again, you're missing the point. There have been an awful lot of comments about the people suggesting that by not allowing our minds to get bored, we are not able to come up with as creative ideas. We are not creating these weird things in odd directions.
And,
Well, I think
human beings,
some of my-
and the evidence that human beings have traditionally done that whilst taking a shit is.
some of my best work has come off me taking a shit. Like, I came up with the book that I'm writing while taking a shit. So I mean, I don't think so.
I'm not convinced you're helping my argument.
Well, I mean,
I'm not convinced you
people.
have an argument.
That's not my,
Yeah,
that's
like
not
I don't
my
think
argument.
it's damaging society. I really don't think you're damaging society by like doing something while you're on the toilet. I really don't think that's unless you're Trump and then you're tweeting on the toilet. Then yeah, but for us normal people,
Hanging with John Wells says, I've gotten there, I'm now bored. Lil goes, yes, it's actually true. Never Again says, oh, that explains all the new creativity I've found lately. Lol, like in the last 11 years. Sammy says, we get it, Dave. We're bored, so want to move on. Weird equals inattivity? Now we just copy like sheep. Chad Hall, I'm creating lots of weird ideas. I'm working on a manifesto. See, that could be very good or very bad. Is this the start where we have to report that we knew you?
I just think this question is a metaphor for the direction that this show is taking.
down the toilet.
And who is talking about it? We won't move on to the next question.
You haven't answered yet, have you?
Yeah, I have.
She says all about
Dave,
the good
what's
things
your
she
answer?
does. No, I think there is a genuine risk. Yeah, I think that being bored helps our creativity. I think as a kid, when I was stuck at home without... I mean, don't get me wrong, I used the toilet thing as a prelude to the question. But I think at home as a kid, being sent to my bed, I had to go and entertain myself for an hour in my bedroom or for a morning because the parents were up to something. And I had nothing to do. And I had to come up with something to do to entertain myself.
I'm going to assume your creativity levels went down in your teenage years.
No.
Oh,
Not until a lot later.
I mean, he was using his imagination, but for different things.
exactly. But did it last an hour? That's debatable.
See, the Rage says, I have never been bored taking a shit. Books, people, books. To be fair, I used to do Sudoku on the loo before I had a phone.
Come on, you're talking about teenage boys here, Quentin. At least you get 3 or 4 in the space of an hour.
The Nerdy says,
Right,
this is
that's
basically just Dave attempting to justify the fact that he spends ages on the toilet. But I don't. That's the
Sure,
thing.
Dave.
Because mostly I'm
At least
chatting
when
on
you
Twitter.
get up to pee in the middle of the night, though.
Yeah, but that no. The worst thing about that is I go the loo, I then check my laptop, and then end up talking to you people.
Oh, sure, blame us, Dave.
Not my fault.
No.
Conversations go is not my fault.
Yeah. I always read bathroom readers, and post-it notes are a great way to work through the classics because you will mark where the paragraphs end. Right! I think we've done this question. I don't think it went anything like I expected.
Well, what do you expect us to say, Dave?
I expected you to all to agree with me because you've read the same things I've read. Right. Next question.
I might have read it and then wiped my ass with it afterwards. That's the problem.
If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.